Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel HDMS Tech. My name is Mohammad Abubakar. Today I am going to show you SNAT configuration, how the NAT configuration will work on the internal routings and also for the wide area network ISP. How if we enable NAT, how it will be translated, and if we disable the NAT, how it will be translated the IP address. I will show you here. So what is SNAT? SNAT is a source network address translation. So it will translate the addresses from the firewall. So how we can configure here? As of now, I will show you the thing here, and this one I keep here for example only. So only for this one to understand, I will explain this one in the last. As of now, you can see this is my local area network 1 and this is local area network 2, and I already configured here. You can see here I have already configured the IP address for the PCs 10.2. This is my PC1 10.2, and also you can see here this is my PC3 30.2. So this is 30.2. This is local area network 2, and you can see here on the firewall and the router. So if you go to the firewall, I just log into the firewall, and you can see here on the networks I just set the interface here. So you can see here port 1, port 2, port 3. Port 2 is connecting to my local area network 1, and also port 2 is connecting to the port 3 is connecting to outside network for the wide area network for the local area 2, and this one also you can assume like port 1 wide area network. So this is port 1. So port 1 by default the IP will be provided from the my gateway, so I will not change anything here. So just cancel. You can see here only LAN port 2, port 3. So these ports I just click edited and I assign the IP address for the local area network. You can see here 10.1 range, and also you can see here port 3. Port 3, click edit, and you can see here 20.1 range. So this is my 20.1 range. So it is going from the port 3. So just I gave the name WAN 2. Also you can see my previous videos how I configured here the static routes as well, many other routing protocols. I uploaded the videos for the lab purpose. You can learn from there and you can understand this one. And also I configured the DNS here. You can see here. Then only here interfaces DNS, and also I configured static route here. For the local area network, this is by default for the WAN port 1, and the port number 3, this is my gateway, and this is the local area network 2 IP range 30.1. So here for the routing purpose we will use 0 only. Once you arrange the 30.1, it will change to 30.0 only, because it is routing static route. So here after this static route we have to provide the firewall policy. We have to create the new policies. So I already created for local area network to WAN port 3. You can see here WAN port 3. Here you can see port 2 to port 3, and also port 3 to port 2. So from here to here also. So what will happen, I already applied two policies on this network to communicate from here to here. If you go to the PC, if you go to the PC1, here ping 192.168.30.2. So this is my PC1. Okay, enter. So it is pinging to 30.2 range without any interruptions. So now the thing, it is working fine now. So what we will do here, go to the firewall. Now we will edit the policy 1. So it is LAN to WAN from my local area network. You can see here NAT is disabled here. So usually in the companies, for the local area network, for internal routing, we will disable the NAT. So if the PC1 is pinging, the PC1 IP is 10.2. If he want to ping to the other local area network 30.2, once he ping, he will see the IP address here. The destination user also, he can see the 10.2 IP, and also he already know that he's trying to ping to the PC3. And PC3 also, he know that when internal routing is enabled, for the NAT is enabled, so the 30.2 PC3, he can see this IP address as well. So how it will perform? For example, if you go to the firewall, and you can see from here, now it is NAT is disabled. So go to the CLI on the Fortinet, and here you can type diagnose sniffer packet any hyphen host. For example, I will type the IP address of the destination 30.2 hyphen 4, enter. Now it is diagnosing, so sniffering, so we will ping to the PC1 to PC3 of the local area network 2. Once you ping, you can see here it is replayed 4 times. So you can see here port to 192.168.10.2. This is port 2. From the PC1, the packet is going to Fortinet. From the Fortinet, PC1 is requesting to ping to the 30.2. So what is happening? The port 3, from the port 3 10.2 IP is, from the port 3 10.3 IP is directly going where 192.168.30.2. So what is happening here? It is directly from the port 3 out, you can see out, the same IP address, source IP address. This is our source IP address. This is our source IP address. This is destination address. Is it translated here? Nothing. Why? Because NAT is disabled. So the IP is the PC1 showing the same IP, and also it is directly went to the local area network PC 30.2. Once the PC3 is received the request, and it is replying to the 10.2. So again the replay from the port 3, the 30.2 PC is started, and it is coming to the, it is going to 10.2, and port 2 30.2 is, it is entered, then it is going to the 10.2. So you can see here request, replay, it's came all the things properly, but the source IP is showing the same. It is not changed anything from the firewall. Once you go to the firewall, now the same here, edit, we will enable the NAT here. just click enable. Okay, just wait here. Now go to the CLI mode. Again type here diagnose sniffer diagnose, sorry I typed the wrong again, nose NOSE diagnose sniffer packet any hyphen host 192.168.30.2 hyphen 4 space 4, enter. Now go to the PC1. Let's try to ping to 30.2. Once I ping, you can see here the port from the port to the PC 10.2 is entered inside. It is entered to the port 2 10.2. From the port 2, the PC is requesting to ping to the 192.168.30.2. So port 3, what it is out from the port 3, now you can see here the source IP is not going. Why? Because once you enable the NAT, the IP is providing from the firewall 20.1. Before, when the NAT was disabled, it was showing here 192.168.10.1 10.2 itself. The source IP is showing here from the port 3, it was going to the directly to the PC3. But once we enable the NAT, here the source IP is hidden. It is showing only the gateway of the local area network. So the 30.2, the PC3 is replaying to directly 20.1 only. Before it was replaying here 10.2 directly. Why? The NAT was disabled. Now NAT is enabled, so it is directly replaying to 20.1 only. Then what is happening? So the port 3, it is trying to replay, and from the port 2 it is 30.2 and it is pinged to the 10.2. The 10.2 PC is replayed from the 30.2, but the replay came from 20.1 only. Here the source IP is hidden from the firewall. So once NAT enabled, it will only go through the gateway, and the destination PC will see only the gateway of the IP address only. It will not see the local area network any PC IP. So it will be translated from the firewall once you enable the NAT. So for example, in the companies, what will happen, the ISP, for example internet service provider, he will provide one IP only. For example, this is IP, just assume. Okay, so this IP is configured on the firewall, this IP. So from the internet provider, he provided this IP, so it is configured here on the static route. Okay, the and also policies allowed. In the policies, it is allowed like NAT. And what will happen once the NAT is enabled for example the local area network, I want to connect to the internet, and also NAT is enabled here. So my PC want to ping to the Google 10.2. It is going to the firewall port 2. From the firewall, it will directly go to the port 1 to the internet Google. What will happen if the NAT is disabled? This IP 10.2 will go to the Google directly, but the Google, it cannot replay to the our local area network. Why? Because also it will be the ISP will be, the Google will be confused, because this is our internal network. so it will not ping directly to the our internal network as well. So we must enable NAT here. So once the IP 10.2 PC1 is pinging to the Google, it will go to the firewall. From the firewall, the IP, for example, this is this one. So this one, the IP will receive on the port 1. From the port 1, it will go to Google. It will ping to the Google reply to this IP address. So once this IP reply to this IP, the 30.1, this one already it is stored here on the firewall, so it will send directly to the ping to the PC, the source PC. So destination is Google, but the NAT is enabled, so IP is translated from the firewall as well. So you have to read about some topics related to SNAT configuration, so you will understand. Here I just shown the lab how it is going to the local area network when you enable the NAT, when you disable the NAT, how the packets is tra traveling from the port 2 to port 3. So only just for the learning purpose only I explained here. I hope you understand this video. So if you understand about this video, please share with your friends as well. So if you found this video useful, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Click the bell icon for new updates. Thank you for watching.